Hey guys, welcome. So it's not a Monday and there's a video because we got an email. Well, we got multiple emails, but this one I felt like a lot of people could relate to, and I'm gonna kind of summarize it because it's a pretty lengthy one. Basically, what happened was she was talking to a guy, and it was something that she didn't really do before. She didn't do before. She said she didn't due to religious reasons. She never talked to guys online or offline in person. So she met this guy online, and they were talking for a little bit, and they started to really like each other, but then she realized that he was totally like just playing her. And
it's messed up.
Yeah, they ended things, but she still thinks about him like 2 years later. She's still thinking about him. She's saying, like, sometimes I don't even think it's because I care about him. I don't believe I loved him, but I think it's more about not feeling lonely. I see so many people around me with partners, and I yearn for that in a halal way, of course. One day, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Let's jump into this. How do you forget somebody?
The easiest way...
Wait, first, can you forget somebody? Can you forget somebody? No. You
can't really forget anyone because, especially someone who's impacted your life in a certain way, it's very difficult to forget them. But one thing that we can do is find ways to occupy our time, right? If we're feeling lonely, there are a lot of things that we can do to try and...
pass the time.
Yeah. I mean, not be as lonely, right? You can try and make more friends.
Join clubs.
Yeah.
Sports.
Spend time with more Muslims, inshallah, or more like-minded people, people that are like you. And you'll slowly start to realize that you're not really as lonely. Like in college is lonely if you're by yourself, but when I was around all of my friends and stuff, I didn't really feel those type of lonely feelings. So if you just try and occupy your time, get involved, and just watch yourself when you are involved,
Don't get like too emotionally attached. But one of the things that I noticed when I was single before I got married, like when I was a lot younger, I was so in love with the idea of love. Like I just wanted to have like I just wanted to be married. I just wanted to have a relationship. I was like, oh my gosh, cuddling, that sounds so cute. So it's like the idea of love is just like, oh my gosh. So when someone comes to you and they bring this thing, what you want, love, And
yeah, I think that's a difference between girls and guys is that
guys don't.
Girls fantasize over love and guys don't.
I don't think so. I don't know. I made a Tumblr post about it, and I was like, do guys feel love? And they were like, yeah.
Guys feel love, but I don't think it's as romanticized. Like a guy, like when you talk to another guy, like bro talk, guys aren't like, man, I just want a girl who's gonna love me and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Treat me right.
Yeah, like no one talks like that. It's just not a thing.
Maybe guys should.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
Guys should. Guys should be more in tune with their emotions. Like, oh, I want a wife to love. I
mean, I'm sure there are guys like that, but a majority of the men that I speak with, I can almost guarantee you that I've never had a conversation with another guy talking about how we can't wait to be loved. That's a fact. There's been zero conversations that have gone down that road.
But anyway, where is it going with this? Oh yeah. So what I was saying is that we get so into this idea of love that we kind of just give our whole self to someone. And when you do that, you give a piece of yourself, and that person will always have that piece of you, and you'll always remember that time you guys had, or the time you guys spoke and everything. So it never really leaves your mind, but you learn to get over it. Like, obviously this wasn't meant to be. Like, alhamdulillah, things happen for a reason. So obviously this person wasn't good for you. And when you start to tell yourself that, and you start to realize, and even when you make dua, like, if it's been 2 years and you're still hung over someone, I mean, you got to start, not saying that you're not making serious dua, but like definitely keep making dua, because Allah is the only one who could change your heart and remove those type of like feelings from it, pretty much.
I mean, if you just convince yourself that he he's nothing.
He's
you know,
nothing.
he's nothing.
I mean, from what you described, like you said, he did this to multiple girls.
Yeah, he sounds like he's kind of a douche, right?
Sounds like someone who just wants attention.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some guys. I mean, guys are who they are.
There are some girls like that out there too.
Yeah.
Like people really just don't want a relationship; they just want attention,
Mm-hmm.
and they do it online because it's easier to say something is like more halal online than it is offline. Like you could get away with more online than in person. Like you can't go up to some random woman and be like, "Hey, I think you're beautiful. Can I see you with your scarf off?"
Yeah. All right. So what are the takeaways? So
takeaways from this:
mm-hmm.
You never really forget someone, and that's something that you have to accept. You just have to move on. You just can't occupy. You can't have that person occupy your thoughts.
And then how's she going to cope with this and like not think about him anymore? What can she do?
First, always make dua. Ask Allah to remove these thoughts every time you find yourself thinking about him. Second, make new friends, join some clubs, occupy your time with something else more productive.
And lastly, may Allah make it easy for all of us.
Ameen.
And protect us from the temptations of other individuals. Ameen.
Ameen. Oh, and real quick, if you're following them on social media, honestly, just delete. Block.
Yeah.
Remove them. Messages, delete pictures, delete anything that could remind you of someone. Because some people hold on to those things.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want it to be over, so they just constantly reread and make themselves sad. Delete it. You don't need it anymore.
You gotta delete everything.
Delete everything.
Delete all traces.
They were never in your life.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead and send us some messages. Yeah. We want to help people.
We want to use our platform to help people with their situation. So message us at justaskqa@gmail.com, and we'll see you